So welcome back to the second half. We're going to start with three. We're going to start with three floor poets, and the first of those is the great P.R.Murry.
Oh, yeah. I haven't got a Cornish poem, but I've got one that is set by the sea. It's about a relative of mine, and it goes like this. Cousin Mary strides along the seafront, at seafoot, walking into the salt wind with her red hair streaming behind her. She's always dreaming, so she's dreaming again of her island of ancestors and the country of her heart, which is Spain. She walks along the seawall past the Martello Tower and the beach huts. Yeah! She shouts, and then explains, when we ask her why, that this is a Spanish muleteer's cry. Mary ate some mammoth once, unfrozen from Siberian ice, then cooked and sliced at a Royal Geographical Society banquet. Perhaps the flesh of the prehistoric pachyderm lets her access spatial and temporal dimensions where others cannot be. So there is Cousin Mary in a quiet English seaside town, calling out to other places and times. There she is, we see her there. But Cousin Mary is anywhere and everywhere.
Oh, excellent.
At times I'm a nature poet, and I've written poems about eagles, about tigers, what else, dolphins and skylarks, and those are all what we call charismatic animals. Some animals get forgotten, so I've written a poem to remember them, and it goes like this. Hello, I'm a slug, and I'm crawling out tonight, leaving a trail of slime because I'm going to unite with the headlouse, the woodlouse, the weevil and the rat, and also join up with several other species that are anti-charismatic in the public eye. But this is an injustice which we seek to rectify. None of us look striking, posing on mountain sides, migrating across savannas, or singing in the sky. We don't dive or leap majestically out of the ocean. Fine artists don't paint us to symbolise emotions or patriotism, freedom and other noble notions. We don't roam in rainforests or on tundras. We were stowaways on the ark. Where we live is called infested, never made a national park. No one will cross the world to see us, but to hear a gorilla fart, they'll fly all the way to Africa in a polluting jet plane. The gorilla farts, they gasp in glee and then fly back again. We won't sell you anything with cute faces or appealing eyes. The means of our own death are what we advertise, since a picture of a cockroach sells tons of insecticides. We are vermin, pests, pariahs, carrion-eating parasites, but when it all ends, we'll cut you down to size, because the corpse of one lion will feed 10,000 flies.
Yeah!
Thank you, Pete. Our next poet from the fall tonight is Camilla, Reeve, and this is a taster for next month's show on Thursday the 22nd of March. Camilla will be one of the featured poets here that night. So please give a big Dodo welcome to Camilla Reeve.
I hope you'll bear with me tonight. I was inspired by hearing Bob, and he mentioned Snowdrops, so one of the poems is going to be about that. Both of them are about my mum, who died too many years ago, and at the end, just completely riddled with cancer. She seemed tiny, and I felt terribly protective and very helpless. The first poem is called Half Past Midnight. Half past midnight. Where are you going to, my love, my little one? Half past midnight, now you're going fast, my darling one. Half the time left, out of our limited supply, has slipped away. Half the time left seems to have shrunk a bit in size, as you have done. Time we should share trickles away in sighs and tears and wasted breath. Time we should love, washes right past my grieving face towards your death. Anyway, she was going downhill very fast, and I was doing my damnedest not to fall apart. And my dad and I planted some stuff in the garden where she could see it. So the second poem is called Snowdrops, and I'm going to try and do it from memory because it works better. I planted snowdrops in a windy autumn. Let me just look at it just one second. Not knowing if she'd live to see them bloom. I planted snowdrops, weeping in October, facing her window where she'd see them shine and turn themselves within the garden's gloom. I planted snowdrops last year as a gesture, telling myself that they would give her hope, trusting that she would see them start to open and turn themselves towards the sun's caresses. She who is mine is gone away and dead. They, having flowered, are vanished from their bed. At least she saw them, and they made her glad.
And our last of tonight's four poets, and please give a big welcome to Alison Trower.
Yay! What a joyous evening. So I wasn't gonna do this one, but after your, I had the feeling of longing, and so this one actually is about longing, and it's called Wet Dream. My attention above surface doesn't wander far. Perhaps a few feet about me blurred and inattentive, to let pass the stage set of my watery daydream. While the waves of fantasy lick, the hard world becomes as insubstantial as snow in heat. I might, absent-minded, shift a hand and delicately bend a blade of grass between my fingers, or root out a tiny stone from where the soil is bare. But I do these actions with the merest pencil line of concern, because at the end of my spine is a point that can gouge its way deep into the gel of my imagination like an anchor throwing up water-shaped arms of applause. And it pulls me down to where the sounds become low-toned rubber smudges, to where light is clotted cream and the skin of my body itself more pale and supple than boiled egg white. In the ocean of my vision, I am summoning you. My clothes are slow motion, billowing underwater sails, my hair aimless and unperturbed, fanning out like a shoal of tethered fish. And through the grey blue, with all the strength of my arms, I push the absence of everything out the way, as though emptiness were as hefty as a fist fight. I do this because I have something so important to do. Searching the fathoms with my eyes wide open for where you might be hiding. Everywhere found, you are an elbow here, a fingertip there, a tantalizing flip of a foot in the corner of my sight, but whole, you are nowhere. Are you not in one piece? Why can't I reach out and touch you? So I surface for an almost killing inrush of air and immediately angle a powerful kick of the legs, steeply separating growing darkness with my hands as though it were irritating as cobwebs, back to the deep audience of my mind. There I sit again, a long way from where the sun hoses photons at the skins of things, and I wait and wait and wait as though rocking an empty crib or an abandoned sunken boat. Have I been here too long? I think. Then I glimpse the wail of you, its huge outline bleeding past, the utter scale of your presence making sense of your omnipotence. This is something completely different, which I wanted to do because of the snow and because it's full of fire, and it's called In the Thick of It. I am engrossed in life. I am in the thick of it. I could not be more alive if I tried. I am a multitude of things going on. I'm a hub of constant activity, beating heart, breathing lungs, pulsing blood, firing neurons, trillions of cells, exchanging chemicals and more. I throb with nature. I gulp the air, I tread the earth, I devour fuel. I am sap, marrow, pith, and fibre. All this assembled business has a self. Myself mirrors the essence of all creatures. Myself mirrors the purpose of all humans. Myself mirrors the wisdom of the universe. Myself mirrors the miracle of existence. This self creates inmost thoughts, feelings, and expressions, and more. I am part of a branch of the great tree of being, unfolding like a storm cloud. I look toward the sky. Vested in this, I am a simple and ordinary wonder.
Alison Trower. Thank you, Alison. Now,